Some of the hotels we stopped in, the places we went to, we were really surprised. Standard of living over there, some of the places, the hotels were dropping to pieces. In fact, if you ask Harry, he'll tell you about the beauty they stopped at the second night.
Well, it was that bad I slept on bus.
In fact, look, just Stan, when you get to bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the F sharp, stop. And don't play the low notes. Play dum, bum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum. That's it, no, it really must be controlled all the way down. Tutti, please. Don't get carried away. We'll all be bloody well carried away in this lot, won't we? Let's just play a top G, because there's a bad top G somewhere, isn't there?
Well, Zagreb's the most recent one, all avant-garde, freaky concert, which they enjoyed over there.
It was by Globocar, and it was really where we were doing all sorts. There was frying pans and shotguns going off on stage. We were turning around. And it seemed quite appropriate for Zagreb because the majority of the people that came actually enjoyed the Globocar best of all, didn't they, really?
Because you were local lad, like, you know.
I mean, he was having a moan the other night, wasn't he? And I know he moans a lot, but an awful lot of what he says is right. I mean, it gallops like mad, you know, sometimes. I mean, it all gets completely out of hand. You know, phrases run forward like mad. It was very good last night.
The director, the maestro of the Montepulciano Festival is Hans Werner Henze. He's German, but he lives in Rome, and of course is an internationally famous composer. He'd never heard of brass bands until a couple of years ago, when he was introduced to Grimethorpe. After that experience, he was determined to get them to Montepulciano as soon as he could. They fit in so well with his theories as to what this festival is all about.
Somehow, you could say it had something to do with the idea to try to see whether music would be able to do something really useful, music, art, to keep this town, Montepulciano, which has a decreasing population, from dying away, from young people leaving it and all that, a joyless place. And so I thought perhaps we can really change this place through music.
try to find a swimming bath and we go and have a bit of a active out in the pool, and we also play young ones at football. The elderly gentlemen over 30 versus anybody that's under.
I like to dabble in foreign foods. I'm not keen on foreign drinks. I always seem to get a little bit merry when I get with the beer or the wine.
We'd been in Montepulciano for a week. I'd gotten as I were eating this pasta stuff. So I went to this self-service and I saw they said try this soup. But when I looked at soup, it had got a lot of this pasta in. So I thought, no, that's not for Harry. And I saw some, like, mincemeat stuff, which looked all right, and I could tattle it. So I pointed to that to have a dish of that. But what did she do? She put me 3 spoonfuls of pasta on a plate, then this on top of that. So I slipped it off.
About 6 years ago, the secretary of Grimethorpe, a chap called Hurst, who's got his credentials right, I suppose, with a name like that, in the north of England, rang me and asked me if I'd like to do his band for a competition, take them there. And I said, no, thanks very much. Don't think that's my scene at all. But he rather... I took umbrage a bit, really, because he'd never heard of me. I'd been recommended to him. And he started asking me for references and that sort of thing. And I suppose I got a bit well, not uppity, but I felt a bit piqued. And eventually I was so intrigued by his attitude that I said to him, look, I think the best thing that could happen is if I come up for the day and listen and see what I think about it all. And you can have a look at me. I said, it could be we won't like one another, but I'll come and see what happens. So, of course, I went, and as it happens, they were playing an arrangement somebody had made of Mars from the Planet Suite of Hulls. Absolutely fantastic sound coming out of this little wooden band room. And it took me back 20 years, I suppose, straight away. I hadn't heard that sound for so long at close quarters, and I was hooked straight away. And when I discovered the possibilities there, musical possibilities, it proved irresistible.